and now I have to strengthen. So now I have to just strengthen, and I just can't get over how good I feel. I just can't get over it. It's amazing. Oh, and by the way, I'm now only taking the carbidopa levodopa 3 times a day, 1 pill 3 times a day instead of 8 a
Wow.
day. Yeah.
And
That's
that's with
so
only
awesome.
3 weeks of use.
Yeah, that's just 3 weeks, and all I've been using is the X39s. That's it.
Okay.
Wow.
On do 14, which is right above
Yes.
the shoulders. At the base of your neck. It's called do 14. So yeah, it's been amazing.
That is such a beautiful um
Yay.
diagnosis.
I know. So now I have to start
Prognosis.
my husband on them because he's actually an incomplete quad, which means he has a lot of movement and he has a lot of potential.
Yes.
And so now he's gotten to the point where he's kind of plateaued. So now it's time for him. So I'll keep you all posted. Yay.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So that's my story. And I'm
So are
so
you
proud of you.
Outstanding.
looking to add, like the Aeon patch
Mhm.
or
So what I've learned from the websites and the YouTube videos that everybody puts out,
mhm.
um, that somebody's mom had Parkinson's and
Yes.
now she's totally in remission. And
Yes.
she did the carnosine,
Hmm.
um, how do you say it?
Aeon.
Aeon, and then the X39s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
There's
start
so
that.
many people using different patches for
Mhm.
or like creating protocols, what have you. There's I can send you a bunch of different ones. I know Annie can. Annie's really tapped in. We know people that were diagnosed with MS in wheelchair and are now active uh, in society, have a job, have a family, have a baby. I mean, every day it's something quite amazing. So, oh, that is
I would love
awesome.
anything that you guys have to offer. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank
So
you.
the patches work with the same theory that we work with in Chinese medicine. So when we give somebody acupuncture, we are helping the body heal itself. And that's the beauty of the X39 and all the Lifewave patches because those patches are non-transdermal. They're not giving you anything. They're using that little matrix of sugars and amino acids to activate the cellular pathways in your body to stimulate your own bodies of healing. So you don't have to worry about side effects. You don't have to worry about is it interacting with different medications. There are very few contraindications for using these patches. And the care instructions are very simple. You need to stay hydrated and you need to keep eating on a regular basis while you're using the patches so that your body has the tools that it needs in order to work on the healing that you're asking it to do. And your body's own innate wisdom will start the repair work wherever you need it most. And you may or may not feel that process taking place, just like with acupuncture.
That's
So
why I love that the one handout that you guys have that we have. I guess I shouldn't say you guys. I'm part of the group now. Um, and you just write down like the first hour and then the first week and the first month and
Oh, the tracker, the health
yes,
tracker.
Tracker.
yes, the health tracker.
No, that's
It's amazing
amazing.
because all of a sudden I was looking at like feeling my feet
Hmm.
and I was like, "Oh my God, I can feel my feet again." It's
Wow.
it's just so subtle. It's just so subtle. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can walk again. I don't stumble anymore. I don't fall anymore." So I love
Wow.
that tracker.
Have you heard Tanya's story?
I was just about to
No.
say, Tanya, let's hear your story.
And you better
Yay.
drop the mic now. Ba-boom.
My story never ends.
That's too.
But 3 days after Shari patched me, I could feel my spine realign itself. It just went, and I went, oh my God. It just felt so
Now,
great. And then
now, Tanya,
I
you said
tried,
that you said that earlier you said that you were paralyzed.
I'll get there.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but I I tried to slump and I couldn't slump. And I thought, well, what is this? And Shari was my aide when I was paralyzed. So she knew of all the things that I went through. So I had Guillain-Barré syndrome. And then not many people get its cousin, CIDP, chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, but I got both. So that was like, not winning the lottery, that's for sure. But because 1 out of 100,000 people get GBS, and it has brought me back the patches a whole lot. My neurologist doesn't want to talk about them, and I just had EMG done on my legs, and there's still CIDP in my legs. But I don't have that nightly pain that I used to have, where I had to sleep I got a walk-in tub because I had to sleep in the tub for the pain. So I don't have that pain anymore at night. And not only that, from an automobile accident, I had a inoperable hernia, and it was called I forget the name of it, but the hernia was so rare that only been 300 known cases since 1886. Superior lumbar hernia. And if they operated on it, they have to go through the back, 4-hour surgery. Chances of being totally paralyzed from that was too great. And they said, I just, no, you're not going to operate on it. But it was at the point where I couldn't bend over to put shoes on or tie shoes or anything. It would not, it would just not, right? Not. And then sometimes I'd just be sitting there and I thought, like there's a baby in there and it's just, a baby gets, if you've been pregnant, it gets hard and it hurts. Well, I rarely feel anything anymore because one of the things the patches do is it helps with leaky gut. And the stomach lining is like only 1 cell thick. So the aloe vera is one of them that helps reline the stomach lining, I found out. And since then, I don't have GERD anymore. I used to have GERD all the time. I don't have GERD. The hernia is not there. And then I had 16 implants, dental, 11 here, 5 here, and 14 surgeries to my mouth. And then after 19 years, the gums started receding. So I did lose the top 11, and because there wasn't enough bone there to save them. But then I started using the patches, and then the bottom 5, I went to 9 different surgeons, and they said, well, they got to come out. But then it would break my jaw, and then they couldn't tell me what they could do next. So I'd be left with a broken jaw, and that's it. So I found a surgeon in Michigan that put bone and ligaments and muscle in here, and I put the patches on. And a week later, I went back in, and he said, in 38 years, I've never seen that kind of healing. So the patches actually saved my bottom 5 implants. It's huge. And it's just always something. And then I look, I don't know, 20 years younger, maybe. 10, Shari says 20 years, and so does Dr. Nicole. But it's amazing. And my stamina, the strength that I have, the muscles that I have, the last 2, not last summer, this summer, but the last 2 summers, I sailboat raced. And so it was my job to pull the sheet, which is the rope, and wrap it around the wrench so the sail goes from one side of the boat to the other. And there was 2 guys on the boat saying, oh my God, Tanya, you're stunning. And I said, yeah, right. And I'm 78 years old, huh? And was paralyzed. And to be able to do that is miraculous. Yes.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
She even forgot to mention the heart attack.
Oh yeah. I was in the hospital, sorry, I'll tell you, every other month. And even Dr. Cole knew that, just all. And so I was actually into AFib and then respiratory heart failure and then systolic heart failure, and then get your affairs in order. to that degree. And now I got a piece of paper from my cardiologist, no abnormal heart function. And I did have to get a pacemaker, but that was before, yeah, when I was having all the heart issues. So Elizabeth's still with me, which is okay, but I'm out of heart failure. And that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yes. And then I had air sac pneumonia a year ago, October, and Nicole come up and brought me chocolate cake to the hospital. But it really, I was in there 14 days, but I've had no issues since. And before, to catch my breath to breathe it was hard, very hard to breathe. I couldn't even walk up 2 steps. That's it. And now I can do a flight of stairs up and down. And I'll be 80 in 3 months. So there you go.
That's incredible. Annie,
Yes.
it looks like we have time to share one more story before we get into the presentation. If you have anything that you'd like to say.
Oh, those are great stories. I didn't really know the details on some of those. So, yeah, I mean, you know, anybody who has blood flowing has stem cells. And I have probably you know, the energy, the less pain, the typical things that you hear, you know, from recovery time, like they were saying, less scarring. My story's really too long to share here, but I'll just say, in 2011, I had Steven Johnson syndrome and was declared legally dead at Tampa General Hospital burn unit after 108-degree fever that burned me up with 2nd and 3rd degree burns inside and out after a month in the hospital, non-responsive, immobile. Then when the patches came along, I felt pretty good because I was alive. And I was one of those miracles that regained my vision, and the blisters on my corneas, the blisters on my scalp, on my, my entire body was 100% covered with 2nd and 3rd degree burns. So I had no fingernails, no toenails, no skin, no vision, no lips, no tongue. And I regained that, including my ability to have my heart beat again and my lungs operate again and my vision come back. And I got 18 of my nails back and my brain cells and all the stuff that you can see. I'm talking and breathing and seeing. And so I was feeling well, didn't need a wellness patch, and didn't really appreciate the level of wellness that can be had when you are operating on all 6 cylinders. You don't have to settle for, oh, we're all getting older, there's nothing that can be done, your scars are forever, and all those other lies that we hear and that we believe. And I'm back to, beyond 100%, beyond what I was before. And you don't think about things like digesting your food every day, or not having to deal with a mild headache, or having an elevated mood with optimism and confidence and joy, and operating with your sport and with girls 20, 3 times younger than me, having more stamina, more strength. I'm doing world records, gold medals, US competition with skydiving. And I just last week was in Florida doing something that there were 130 skydivers. I was the oldest female. I got put into a leadership position because for 9 days, getting up at 4 a.m., working hard with all these athletes, I had no problem, no pain, no issues, no achiness, just operating at a high level. And so that's a summary. It's everybody has stem cells, and you don't have to age at the normal rate.
Annie, I see that you're wearing patches on the outside of your clothing. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So David Schmidt, the inventor, he invented this technology to be reflective of our own body heat, which we can't see that form of wavelength of light. We can't see our body heat, but it comes off of our body in inches. And the technology will work even if it's 2 or 3 inches off your skin. It's still reflecting back that specific wavelength that activates those specific peptides that do the job to kickstart that army of stem cells with those peptides. So it doesn't matter if it's this way or that way, or on your dog's collar sideways, or on a jacket, or on a sweater. And some people have irritation on their skin. I like to wear some of these near my chest if it's this time of year and I'm trying to prevent whatever it is that's going around, and boost my immune system with the glutathione that supports the X39. And so in this area where I put lotion for my décolleté, it doesn't stick as well, so I put it on the outside. So it works.
That makes total sense. And that's a great tip. I hadn't thought about wearing it on my clothes before. So why don't we get started with just a quick presentation about the basics of Lifewave and how it works. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And Dr. Dimash, you'll probably have to help me with how do I get this just to the slides again. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Dimash, do you remember how we had that set up to where we could only see the slideshow?
You're muted. Sean, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so if you'll go all the way to the left, you're on, there you go. Now click.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry about that.
I'm still learning my
Very
tech.
nice.
Lifewave in you.
It takes a village.
It does. So Lifewave is an advanced technology company. Their main goal is to improve the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter, with no drugs, pills, opioids, or injections. And this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, that we're putting the power of health and health choices back to people instead of relying on other people to tell us how we can improve our health. It gives us more options for wellness and longevity. We have a patented wearable technology that harnesses the power of acupressure therapy to boost health at the cellular level, because that's where all healing takes place, whether we can feel it or not. Our product distribution began in 2004, and we now have warehouses in 12 countries with a worldwide distribution, messaging as many as 9 languages. So if you have friends in other countries, we can definitely share the power of Lifewave with anybody in any country. We're also growing exponentially. Tens of thousands of people believe in our mission because of their personal experiences. And the power of your personal message is what helps people give them the confidence to try the Lifewave technology. Some of the questions that you can ask yourself and your friends: are you satisfied with your current health and how you look and feel? Where are you with your finances? This can be a business building or an income building opportunity if that's what you're interested in. And how do you see your future unfolding? Are you envisioning yourself putting up with the difficulties that are surrounded by aging, or do you want to actively manage and prevent some of the side effects of aging? As my husband, Chris, who is on here now, he's a personal trainer, and his favorite saying is, aging is the most difficult sport you will ever train for. So you cannot sit by idly and just allow your health to maintain. You're going to have to actively do something to improve it. And Lifewave has the technology in order for you to have less aging and to actually improve how you're feeling year over year if you're consistent with the patching. If you answered no to any of these questions, you're not alone. And if you're looking for an answer on how you can maximize your healing and minimize your aging, you're in the right place at the right time. These are products that people need. Wearing a wearable technology in patch form. It's easy to implement, it's affordable, it's safe, it's non-invasive. For our friends who have religious objections to using stem cells from other people that may or may not have been harvested in ethical ways, Lifewave with its non-transdermal patch is just activating your body's own stem cells. It is not giving you anything that your body already does not have. So you are activating your body's natural abilities to heal and just ramping it up a bit. Each patch uses light to increase or improve specific naturally occurring cellular action within your body. And you have the opportunity to spread the word and to build the company. Our unique products are exclusively protected by multiple patents, over 80 research and clinical studies on all the different patches. We have independent researchers in different universities and several medical and scientific experts. All patches are available in occasional use or 30-day supply sleeves, which you see below. And if you're interested in the business side of it, the margins on those patches can be as high as 55%. They're safe without using any drugs, non-invasive patches that you just put on different parts of your body. Nothing goes into your body. There is a vast market for these products because they help with increased energy and endurance. They're safe and natural pain relief that you can feel in as soon as 20 minutes. It helps enhance your quality of sleep. It helps reduce your stress. It helps support your immune system, helps with appetite control, may help you look younger and feel stronger, perform better and heal faster without any drugs, chemicals, stimulants such as caffeine, or side effects. Here's some of the testimonials that Lifewave has accumulated. For the first time in a year, my knee is not hurting. The healing is remarkable. I believe I won't even have a scar. Your tech has given me my life back. My husband says I look a lot younger. I have improved vision, greater clarity. I have no pain, more sleep, more energy. These are products that pro and amateur athletes use on a regular basis to improve performance across all different sports. There's many different athletes using this technology, and athletes are 100% dedicated to improving their performance. Even if it's something as small as 1 or 2%, that's enough to give them an edge in their sports. So when athletes are using patches, you know they're what they say they'll do. The X39 patch. Welcome to the stem cell revolution. Lifewave X39 patches activates your stem cells, and you can help tell the world about how they can activate their body's own stem cells and activate their own healing every day. The inventor, founder, and CEO of Lifewave, David Schmidt, says he believes this is his greatest achievement yet. See and feel the power, rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, supports wound healing, like Casey was saying, energy and vitality, mental clarity, enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance. So that's just a quick overview of some of the benefits of the X39. And in the chat room before we started, I uploaded 4 shareable resources for everybody of before and after, health tracker, and some product summary sheets. So you can download these and share them with friends so that you can share the benefits of the Lifewave technology with them. Does anybody have any questions at this point?
I think your presentation is superb.
Thank you. One of the reasons why I like the Lifewave system of technology so much is, as acupuncturist, I can help people maximize their use of the individual patches by putting them on specific acupuncture points. Dr. DeMoss was talking about how she was putting it on the most popular point on the back of the neck, which is due 14 for us. And one of the other spots is REN 6, which is an important point for energy. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the points where I usually have people put the patches. Now, for my neck issues, I usually put my patch on due 14 as well, because I was in several car accidents throughout my life, and I have a lot of whiplash injuries. So for the first 3 years, all I did was use Lifewave, and I always put it on the back of my neck. And within 3 years, I got my range of motion back, so that when I'm in a car merging onto the highway or the interstate, I can turn back with full range of motion and not have as much pain. And a lot of times when I have patients who are under extreme stress, I will have them patch on PC6, which is 1 inch from the crease of the wrist. This is one of my favorite points to patch on. I used to use the Nirvana patches, which I'm hoping that we'll get back. I've had a lot of patients who have had severe traumas and just really under a lot of mental duress, and I would have them patch here on PC6. Now,
Are you
if you're
using
having trouble sleeping and you're
X39?
using,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 1 inch below the crease. But as long as you put it in the middle of the wrist, you're going to be on the channel. So if it's a little high or it's a little low, it's okay, because you're still activating the channel. This is the pericardium channel is a great channel to activate for your calming patches. So now we're using Eon or Aeon for the calming patch. So this PC6 is a great place to put the Aeon. If you're
And the
having trouble sleeping and you're using the silent night patches, this is where I usually have people put the silent night patches as well.
now
Nice.
an easy way to figure out where PC6 is, if you take your knuckle right at the crease and then come down like that, and that's PC6.
Okay.
There you go. That's
That's
that
a great
easy.
trick.
That's on the right hand. Yep.
Both.
It's bilateral.
Oh, bilateral. Okay. Thanks.
So another great place to put the Aeon patch if you're trying to calm yourself is the heart channel, which is on the pinky side. You've got heart 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, heart 4, 5, 6, and 7 right here. So if you put a patch on this lateral edge underneath the pinky, you're going to hit some heart points. And that's another great channel to do the heart, to do the calming patches or the silent nights.
Wow.
So you can feel a little divot in here in between the tendons. And Dr. DeMoss, if you have another great trick for explaining that.
Nope, you
Mhm.
got it. You got it. It's right there. Also, my daughter has started to use the patches now because she has migraines and they're structural in nature. And I had her do 14 here, but that was annoying her because she actually has a tattoo. And I have a feeling it was too close to the tattoo, so it was annoying her. So I have her do it now on Onmion, which is another point for sleep. So
Okay.
yeah, it's if you can feel this little bone right behind your ear, feel it? Go down to the very tip of the bone, and that's Onmion. And it's for sleep, but that's where her pain starts, is right here. So I had her patch there, and that's fine for her. So if one patch if one position doesn't work, just try a different one.
Absolutely. And that's
Mhm.
the beauty of merging the Lifewave technology with the acupressure points, because we've got 365 standard points to pick from. So if one point doesn't work for you, we can get that effect another way. For
Mhm.
instance, silent nights, a lot of times it's recommended to put it on yin tong, but I know for myself, I'm just going to like scratch it off in the middle of the night. I can't handle something on my forehead. So Omnion is a good one, but I really prefer PC6 for myself. So another set of patches that I recommend for a lot of my older clients who are having fatigue issues are the energy enhancers. And that's the 2-patch system in the red foil envelope. Yep. So I like to have my patients put the energy enhancers on lung 1 and lung 2. So the way to find that is you can create what we call in Qigong the bird's beak with your fingers, and you're going to put it in the pectoral triangle, which is the divot right in front of your shoulder. It's a great place to massage every day to improve your immunity and lung function, but it's a great place to also put your energy enhancer patches. So when my son-in-law was graduating from Stetson School of Law last year, we went up there, and it's the middle of May, so it's like super hot, and there's no tents, and we're out in the blazing sun. Chris and I have energy enhancers on lung 1 and lung 2, and my daughter, who has high blood pressure, she's just about to pass out, and they didn't even have like medic tents there. So I've got her back in the building. So we missed the actual graduation of her fiance walking, but Chris and I were fine. We're in our 50s, and we're tolerating the heat just fine because we've got our energy enhancers on. And my daughter, who is like 28, she could not tolerate the heat. So do these patches work? Yes, we've got lots of great testimonials and empirical evidence that they work. Another thing that I use the patches for are for acute injuries and sprains. And on my website, I have a blog post about how I had an acute sprain about a year and a half, 2 years ago on my right side. And it was right before work. I was visiting a colleague in the unit next door, and I tripped and I fell out of their back of their office. So I hobbled over to my office. I put on Icewave, and I put X39 on my lateral ankle, which is the outside of the ankle. We have the bladder channel there. I patched it on UB62, UB60, and wherever it hurt the most. I couldn't even put my shoes on because my ankle was so swollen. So I just patched up. I had a patient in 10 minutes. I never stopped or slowed down. I just patched every 12 hours. I changed the patches. I continued to see my patients on my feet 3 rooms a day, and I still healed my ankle in 3 weeks instead of
Wow.
8 weeks using the patches. And with no having to take time off work, I was not putting my foot up. I'm a terrible patient. So do as I say, not as I do. But those patches are what healed me and allowed me to keep working and taking care of patients.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So Parkinson's is partially due to um shoot, what's it called? Oh gosh, I can't think what it is. All right, I'll think of it in a minute. Just keep going.
Describe around it.
Um, yeah, because my sister's online, so she might have it too. Because come to find out, the people were Spanish, and the people from the Basque territory of Spain have this issue in their
Genetics.
genes. Yeah, their genetics. Thank you. So in their genes, so could my sister actually start doing it just to ward it off?
So here's the great thing about the patches. Even if you don't have a specific medical condition that you're concerned with, because it activates your body's natural healing pathways, it's just going to accelerate the body's ability to maintain homeostasis. So
Mhm.
my answer to that would be yes, of course. I mean,
Mhm.
and Chinese medicine is all about being preventative anyway. That's how
True.
our medicine works best. And this is why the LifeWave technology really fits into our whole philosophy of practice and healing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was
Why
so
wait
shocked.
until you have a problem? Why not
I
prevent the problem?
exactly, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking about Judy, my sister. Um, and I was shocked because the doctor, the neurologist came in when I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And he's like, what's your nationality? I said, Spanish. He goes, not from the Basque territory of Spain. And I was like, yes, why? And he says, because it's very well known that there's a gene for Parkinson's in that territory, and that's where our grandmother and grandfather grew up or are from.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Dr. Mario Lopez is from Spain, the cardiologist right by you guys,
mhm.
and he's on the patches. I wonder if he knows that. It'd be
Oh,
interesting.
I don't know.
Annie popped into the chat another bonus for people who are wearing the energy enhancers. The body is burning 600 calories a day, and I did not know that. So I know what I'm getting out as soon as we're done with this patching meeting. Learn
I
something
thought
new.
you're
Thank you.
supposed to put the 39 on the C7. You're saying D14.
No, do 14 is at C7.
Oh, okay.
Do, yeah, that's the point. Location is at C7,
Oh, okay.
cervical C7T1.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay.
So we're just talking a different language.
I get it. Okay.
Another kind of fun fact in coaching skydivers to help them learn and not be filled with fear and dissipate the fear, the energy enhancer patches at the lung points help them learn without the fear getting in the way with the energy patches. That's from David Schmidt.
I think the energy enhancers have this huge ability to do more than just get you through your day. I think there's a
Wow.
lot of wide-ranging applications. Have you noticed anything else with the skydivers? Any patching protocols they're using to help their athletic performance?
I know that carnosine, because of everything that Dr. Harmon went through, and even at the 14, 16-month mark, kind of the unknown benefits of certain accumulative effects over time because these patches are so new. And really, we don't even know at the 4-year mark what to expect at the 6-year mark, et cetera. So athletically, not so much, but I will tell you that on long road trips, when I was driving on a monthly basis, 10 days a month in Florida, 10 days a month in Phoenix, Arizona, and 10 days a month in Indianapolis, and doing this circuit, on the first road trip from Phoenix to Indianapolis, I was blown away that that steady level of energy with the energy pack, because I had never really used them before that. This is 2021, and I was just straight up X39 simple girl. So I decided to try them, and I drove for like, I think it was 16 hours straight, and I made myself get on the phone to reserve a hotel room because I was going to be 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I had to make myself stop driving. It's not because I was tired. It was the weirdest thing.
Wow.
That's
Now, does
cool.
anybody have any particular health concerns that they're interested in patching protocols for?
Judy, do you?
I have a
Well,
question.
Oh,
I'm,
wait a minute.
sorry, Tanya.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Judy.
Well, actually, it's very intriguing because, you talked about sleep, which I don't sleep well. It's like I'm tired and I'll go to bed and I'll just lay there. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go to sleep, but I can't go to sleep. So I know that's debilitating. And of course, that affects the energy level. And it was interesting, what Sean's found out during her journey. Um, thank goodness at this point in time, I haven't been under the stress that she has, even though I went through chronic stress in my job for many years. And I know the difference. I've had chronic pain from back, standing on my feet, and never, and not taking as good a care as I would have liked to under the circumstances. Sometimes you just can't. And then I don't, just going through what I'm going through now. I recently relocated back to where we grew up, and our mom is 91, and she was diagnosed with AFibs this summer. And and the one ER doctor said it could have been a cause, it could have been aggravated because she had a cold with a cough, and she had been seeing a doctor previously that didn't diagnose pneumonia. So we feel like she's susceptible in that note. And of course, she's got problems with her D's. Of course, she's 91 and she still works full time. So she's, it's like our gene pool doesn't stop very well. But it's all very intriguing. And I know through over the years when, I visited Sean and with what she does with the Oriental medicine, that it helps. I mean, I'm a firm believer. You don't get going through the medical process now with my mom. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so aggravating. And it's like, anyway, you all know, you've been there and you know the other side of it. So I'm just grateful to be here and be listening. And it's like, oh, well, I could have a patch for that and that and that. So
I know, right? I'm with you.
So here's what I would do for your mom. When I've used the X49, if I'm working and I have some chest tightness, I'll put the X49 patch right on my sternum. So as acupuncturists, we know that is REN 17 in the center of the sternum. It's a really tender point. It's easy to find. Just poke around your sternum right at the nipple line until you find a really tender spot, and you found it. And then I put the X49 there if I'm having any chest tightness, and usually within 10 minutes, I start to feel the chest opening and expanding. Now, again, the point that we use on the wrist to expand the chest is PC6. So this is why it's one of the most beautiful points to use for the patching, because it can do so much on different things. So for AFib, PC6 is one of our go-to points. So for your mom, I would be patching with X49 on the sternum at REN 17, and then putting an X39 on PC6 and doing a little point combination there.
Will that affect any of the medications they've put her on since all this?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No. And you know what I found, Judy, is I was up to 8 pills for my Parkinson's, and it was starting to give me side effects. I'm down to 3 now.
I'm off 16 medications.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think what'll happen is she'll just not need as much, and she'll be able to go to the doctors and they'll be able to wean her off.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, can I give you a little thing about REN 17 real quick? So it's always a tender point right on the sternum. But if you want to be very specific, you can find your intercostals, which are the spaces in between your ribs, and so find the first one, go down 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, come across, and that's REN 17. So it cracks me up when the books it says right between the nipples. Well, if that were the case, that would be like down by my belly button.
Yes, I forgot about that. Sorry. Dr. Dumas was one of my teachers, so she's always been more precise in explaining the location. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just used to talking about it for the lay people, but that's a great point about REN 17. I forget that the nipple line is not anatomically.
Not with us women.
No.
Maybe Chris, maybe.
Men too.
We age.
I know, right? Okay.
Sherry, Annie, do you have any other patch protocols that you think might help Judy and her mom?
Well, I just The patches are like armor. I mean, they're such a protective, natural protocol. When I hear the Zoom podcast and hear what people are doing, I go back and review those because if you're familiar with acupuncture and acupressure, right, like what you're saying, there's different places to put the patches and different people are doing different things and it's working. So, um,
Yep.
I just say I love X49 for all its benefits, quite honestly, and knowing that it's protecting from EMF. I mean, there's so much out there bombarding the system, bombarding my system that I like having the prevention. And my thinking, is sleep, diet, exercise, water, blah, blah, blah.
And
And
patches.
patches, yeah, and to use a combination at a variety of times. So I'm going to place that back on the two doctors here because I am not an expert on meridian placement, but I say use them no matter what.
That's what I was going to
Absolutely.
say too. And David Schmidt says, he'd only done the testing in the two generalized places. And if your budget is restrictive and if you're really patient and you just use the X39 or just the X39 and the Eon or just the X39 and the X49 alone in just the two general places, like I had scars, you know, all over my body. One of the most prominent ones was really bright, white, thick, very shiny, demarcated like a V. And I just was using X39 on the back of my neck every day for 2 years. And then people in the summer came up to me and said, "Hey, I thought you used to have scars on your arms that I could see." And I said, "Yeah, I do. They're right here." And I looked, I was like, "Where's my scars? My skin is brown and soft." So at the end of the day, if you have a lot of patience, it doesn't matter that much. Your body will get around to it with just the flagship product alone. But if you have chronic problems, if you've been dealing with issues for a long time and you know the fast track to these meridians and circadian balance pathways, and you get on these calls with these patching protocols, we have some great Q&As where they get super specific with you and they'll answer your questions. We have Monday night at 8:30. We have Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We have open forum with these people that know what they're talking about. So you guys can share notes and chit chat all day long. We have all kinds of resources for you. So yeah, it's awesome. Just know that your stem cells are the base and everything else will support that.
Yeah. Nettie. Nettie is Samsung. Nettie, it was my student again as well, and she is now a doctor of Oriental medicine as well. Do you have any questions, Nettie? Oh, she might have had to leave her kids. All right, never mind. If she does, she will ask me.
That's right. We can always circle back.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for
I
showing
have a
up.
question. I have
Oh,
a
go ahead.
question.
Sorry, I'm driving.
Oh, that's okay, Nettie. Did you have any questions?
Yeah.
No, I'm just listening, so I'm sure I will pepper you with lots of them tomorrow.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, baby.
Tanya, what was your question?
I was just on an airplane with a gentleman who works with autistic children, and his son is 2 years old and is autistic. And so he was curious what the patches could do for autism. Is there any studies or anything where I can go find out about that for him?
I was just reading about that when
Yes.
I think it's on Facebook. One of the Facebook groups has a great protocol for autism, and they're seeing really great results quickly. Which,
Marcy's son he's a high functioning autistic person. My girlfriend Tammy, she swears by the glutathione and the X39. So I mean, because that's a 24-hour glutathione uptake, right? As opposed to 7 minutes. So there's a bunch of them. I'll look for some, Tanya, but the answer is absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Well,
as far as
he's the head of a foundation.
officially,
All right, we need to talk.
What? Yeah,
She said we need to talk.
right. Yeah.
yeah, officially, Lifewave is never going to make any claim to cure or treat a specific disease like autism. You won't find a protocol officially put out there by the company, but you will find many, many, many testimonials by individual people on these podcasts and on these resources that we have through our teams. So yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you. And
I'll
one
call you
one thing,
guys separately. Okay.
yeah, and one of the things that I'd like to say, it kind of belly or piggybacks on Annie, is we as doctors of Oriental medicine cannot talk about diseases or curing anything. So what we always say is the symptoms of. So I have resolved the symptoms of Parkinsonism, and that's how we get around it. So anybody who's new to this area and they're not medically, no medical background, you don't need it, because all you need today is you're going to deal with the symptoms of whatever it is. Okay. So.
Yeah,
Beautifully
that's a
said.
great
Thanks.
point.
Also, Nicole said that y'all are going to do this every month, and I really support it. And I think this is one of a really nice podcast that we had today, and I look forward to it every month because I don't know one that we've had with two acupuncture physicians before. And I think it's going to fill up bigger and bigger every
I
month.
will
We're
support
excited about it.
and bring people as well. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you. And
Very, very, very well done, very well presented, and it's going to just keep expanding. Yep. And I'm glad that we did it.
thank you
did it.
so much to everybody. And if you're having trouble remembering what all the different patches do, remember to look in the chat. I put 4 different documents into the chat when we got started, a before and after tracker, a product summary, and a what to expect when you're patching. There's 4 different PDFs there, so feel free to download them, or if you can't download them, reach out to whoever invited you to this podcast today. So if you have any questions about patching with acupuncture points, please feel free to reach out to Dr. Damas or me. And if you have any questions about the company that we can't answer, we'll check back in with Annie or Sherry or Tanya and get you those answers to the specific questions about the company. Any other questions before we wrap up for today?
I'm in
Annie,
chat. I don't see where to print them.
All right,
Annie,
let me see if I can upload them again.
click on chat.
I'm on chat.
You clicked on it?
Yeah.
It should have dropped down new messages on the side of your computer.
No, I just see Zoom.
Okay.
Coin sign view.
I think the reason I can't see the documents is because I can't see anything prior to when I joined the meeting.
All right,
Mhm.
I'm
Oh, but
uploading them now.
JEB iPad doesn't have now. Okay. There they are.
I think I might have accidentally duplicated one, so if there's
Oh,
one
they're there. Okay.
that
And
you
for
don't
all of
see.
your listeners that want those, we also have some shortcuts to those as well. There's a website called lighttheworld.life, and those are on there as well. So I'll type
What is
that.
it called? Light.
If you touch on that website, it's a
And
landing page for those documents as well.
Annie, can you say
Perfect.
the website one more time, please?
Sure. It's Light the World, LIGHTTHEWORLD .life, like Frank. So it's lighttheworld.life, and that's a landing page that holds a lot of those documents as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
I just messaged it to you too.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And we will be back on the second Wednesday of next month, same time,
Same
on
place.
Zoom, same place, same Acu channel.
Yay.
And I look forward to answering any questions you have about the patches. And feel free to contact any of us if you would like to acquire patches on your own.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nicole, for putting this on for me. I appreciate it so much.
You are very welcome. I'm so happy to help. And I can't wait to see what happens when you start patching up Brian.
I know, right? Ooh, I'm excited. Yay. All
All right.
right.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank
Happy
you.
Hanukkah.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you,
Bye.
Annie. It was great to meet you.
You too.
And you too, Sherry.
Sorry.
Shari, sorry.
Sorry. She's gone.
And Judy.
Yeah. All right. Bye,
Wonderful.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.